Hi everybody, I'm Julie, writer and director of the indie nerdy comedy Geek Punk. You're about to watch a really great video on Star Trek. It's gonna help solidify why you love Star Trek. And for any newbies, it'll explain why Star Trek is awesome, because Star Trek has depth. Okay, so my name's Julie. I made a video about Star Trek, let's see, 2 years ago, and I got a comment. This is Edward Gonzalez, 6331. Spock is one of my favorites. I completely agree with you. He is always struggling with his human and Vulcan sides. When Spock is overwhelmed with feelings, he uses the Vulcan mental discipline of Kolinar to suppress those feelings. I think one of the main points of his character, in so far as logic in the original TV show, is that logic is limiting to some extent. In this show, he never wins a game of chess against Kirk. Logic is not enough. Awesome video. Diftorhe Smooza. That's Vulcan, I think. Julie, exclamation point. Thanks, Edward. So I'll link to the original video I made on Star Trek. But for people, like, if you're not into sci-fi, that's totally fine. I like science fiction, but it's okay if people are not into science fiction. Star Trek is like, especially the original series, but even the Next Generation, Star Trek is like very optimistic. It's all about how the future is going to turn out great for everybody. Like, and that's a great message to put out there. It's all about optimism. The original series, they wanted to show in the 1960s a multiracial cast. They did show Captain Kirk kissing Lieutenant Uhura. So white guy kissing interracial. It was an interracial kiss. White guy kissing an African American woman in the 1960s. Big deal on TV, and it was banned in some parts of the country. But yeah, I was watching Star Trek then, so it was always ahead of its time. I was watching Star Trek, The Next Generation, and in one episode, a woman says, you know, talking about planet Earth, she says, we solved poverty 200 years ago. In Star Trek The Next Generation, there is no poverty on planet Earth. Everybody's doing well. That's amazing. There's a Star Trek movie where one character talking to another, but they say, and this is in the future, they say, oh, we decided a long time ago as a society on planet Earth, we decided that the individual accumulation of wealth was not important. We decided the more important thing was to further humanity in art and culture. So, because someone asked, how much did it cost to make this ship? That's what someone asked. And they say, money, we have no concept of money. So basically the idea is, in the future, everyone's okay. Everyone is contributing to society and culture, but they don't have to, but all their needs are met when it comes to like food and housing and that kind of stuff. So that's very optimistic. It's an optimistic show in general. The series is all of it. It's movies, it's cartoons, it's TV shows. It's also Nichelle Nichols. I'm gonna put her, I did a photo op with her at a comic book convention. She's radiant. She's like beautiful and radiant. Like, she's gorgeous. And when I met her, she was so gracious. She has passed away since, so I'm really glad I met her, and it was just an honor to meet her and to take a picture with her, so I'll put that here. By her being on Star Trek, the original series, that inspired, this is true, it inspired the first African American woman to be an astronaut, and that's really cool. And the third thing I want to say, because it is about optimism, Martin Luther King Jr., he was a Trekkie. He watched Star Trek, and he told Nichelle Nichols to stay on the show because Martin Luther King Jr. was an optimist. So he believed in a brighter future, and he fought for a brighter future. So yeah. Oh, and here's my little Star Trek action figure. Yeah, so that's why I like Star Trek. It's optimistic. It featured Nichelle Nichols, the original series, and MLK Jr. It was a light of hope for optimists, and Martin Luther King Jr. was an optimist, so, or hope, optimism, yeah. Okay, so that is my that's my review of Star Trek. Yeah, Star Trek, it's a great show. I highly recommend it if you're into sci-fi. If you're not into sci-fi, don't force it. But that's why people... I've never met a Star Trek fan who was an asshole. I haven't, because it's a show that inspires making the world a better place and caring about your fellow man, woman, non-binary person. So yeah, Star Trek. Live long and prosper. See? Optimism. Live long and prosper. Alright, thanks so much for watching. You guys are awesome. Check out my website below. Like and subscribe. And follow all my socials. Thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye!